is, does being in an interracial relationship feel different for certain races? Okay. So basically, let me elaborate. So does being in an interracial relationship when you're Black feel like more pressure? Or does it feel like more pressure like when you come from like a very like religious background as far as like being, I don't even know, like of Asian descent? Do you know what I'm saying? So I'm just asking you, do you feel like there's more pressure being in an interracial relationship based on your race?
No, I don't feel any pressure.
Oh, you don't feel any pressure?
Not me personally, no.
Okay.
I think, yeah, I think certain races really feel it though, you know? They're more about family, and they're both like about their name, and they want to keep the culture. They want to keep the bloodline, you know?
Yeah, okay.
Then I get it. It's not like that anymore. Like for white people, it's like, it's not,
okay.
you can't even push people to think that certain way. Otherwise it's not good. It's not a good direction to go down. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I'm just keeping it real. I'm just asking, is there a certain amount of pressure? I mean, I think a lot of people feel a lot of pressure when it comes to being in an interracial relationship.
It depends where you're at. You're in LA, no one's saying anything. They're
down.
Okay. They're open. They're open for weirdness. They're open for uniqueness. They're like, oh, a white guy and a Black guy and a Black girl.
Yeah. Okay.
That's normal. That's not even weird. You know what I mean? If you're in.
So you personally being in an interracial relationship don't feel any pressure?
Not in LA, no.
Not living in Los
Angeles. Probably if we were somewhere else.
Like in like.
Maybe the
maybe
South.
Like a random city like Missouri, maybe?
Missouri's pretty chill.
Okay, so like
but maybe
Texas?
Yeah.
Deep Texas?
Maybe Texas. I'll feel it. I think I would feel it.
What kind of pressure? What kind of pressure are we talking about?
Or maybe even Atlanta.
Atlanta.
I might feel it.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah, I might feel some looks, some stares, some
stank eyes
over the shoulders, like not even stank eye, just people aware of it. Not
making
saying
you aware of it.
Right. Not saying people are throwing shade, but they're processing it in their brain. It's like you can feel that. You're in a grocery store and someone's trying to process you.
Right. For sure. I get that. For sure. I personally feel, do I feel like there's any pressure? No, my parents are pretty chill. I come from like a really open home. So I feel like traditionally though, Black people, you know, there might be some jokes and shit, you know, about a little bit of pressure, you know? So I don't know.
What are the jokes though? You like casually threw that in.
Okay, so honestly, this is something that I had on the list, but I guess we could like talk about it now. But I feel like Black people go the hardest on the interracial relationship jokes, especially when it's like either a group of Black women hating on a Black dude who's dating a white girl. We go hard. And I'm just saying we because I'm a Black woman, but I don't
Is that wrong though, or is it just like in good fun? You know what I'm saying? Because I kind of look at it like, maybe this is a weird way to look at it, but it's almost like, okay, we've historically been dating these type of men for a long time. Good luck with that. Like, you think you're ready for that? Like, good, you know what I'm saying? It's like different cultures, they have different habits, different ways of communicating, different things like that. So then when you see like another culture start to jump in when they hadn't before, like historically for years or however long, then it's kind of like,
right. No.
Oh, okay, you think this is just normal, like it's okay. I'm not saying it's not okay, but I'm just saying you think this is just a walk in the park. Wait until you see, you know what I mean? Because when it's your own culture, you have those little, the deep and dark trenches of the good and the bad. The pros and the cons. When you're not in the culture, you're just looking at all the good stuff, like
for sure.
Oh, they're well off. They're smart. They're whatever it is.
Your perspective is interesting because I do feel like with TikTok being a thing now, and I don't know if you guys know this, but like on TikTok, it's kind of trending about like how white dudes are interested in Black girls as like kind of like a fad because it's like the cool thing to do.
White guys.
Yeah, white guys. So maybe your perspective is a little skewed. Like, you know what I'm saying?
It is the cool.
It's cool. It's cool for you. Like being a white guy dating like an ethnically cool, like, cute Black girl, like that's a cool thing. Like you seem like, you're accepted in different cultures. So for you, it's different. For me, I mean, I don't really get any shade from Black dudes, There's no shade. And my white homegirl or my black homegirls, they're really not tripping either. I think it comes, the most shade is when you're a black dude dating a white girl. That's like the shade of all shades. You feel me?
I do.
I mean, and I'm not even just saying this because I'm a black woman. I'm just saying this is what I observe. That's just what I observe.
I feel you, but when you say it like that, I don't know personally because I'm not in that situation. Yeah. But it feels like jealousy a little bit. Like it feels like
no. You want to know what it is? It ain't nothing to do with jealousy. What it is I feel like throughout society and throughout the world, black women have always been saviors. Even in the movies that we're seeing, like Ma, all the black women are usually like people who have saved and rebuilt our community and like, you know, held the household down while the fucking dad was like, you know, arrested
dead
or
ass,
you know, was
out
of the home. Like, so black women have always held it down. So to see that we've done that for so many years and just like kept it cute, it's like we're the most hated thing in the world, the most unprotected like form of woman, because it's like people come at us hard as fuck. Like, we don't really get a break. Like, if we're sassy or, like, we have an attitude, it's like, damn, she's ghetto and she's a bitch. But, like, if a white girl's sassy, she's, like, not seen as, like, a
comedy
ghetto bitch. You know what I'm saying?
It's, like, funny.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
It's like, okay, she's got personality.
Right. And so, like, when we do see a good-looking black man who's doing well for himself, it just feels like...
It feels like that should go to the culture.
To the culture. Can we get one for the culture? Can we get a little something?
You got Will Smith holding it down.
Will Smith is holding it down. Shout out motherfucking Will Smith. Yo, shout out Will Smith. Straight up. Seriously. Charlamagne the God. He's also getting a black woman.
Think if I'm looking, I look at things very like logically and geographically. You know what I'm saying?
Geographically?
Yeah,
okay.
Geographically. Okay, because like where I grew up, it was like there's a lot of middle class, but then you go less than a mile and you're in the trailer park.
Got it.
So it really, you know, if you're having a hard time or you're like, man, I dated this guy and that guy and that guy, and they all were shit. Sometimes geographically where you're at, you might be like, I'm going to date outside of my culture or whatever, and you get a different experience. And you get like an instant gratification of that.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Because it's like if you're...
I get that.
I don't know. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no. I get that 100%. Yeah, I don't know.
Because it's just, they come from a different mindset. They're talking about different things. Maybe, you know, like I said, like you go a mile down the road and it's like economically a completely different thing.